The back of the Yards is a phenomenal community. In the 1910s and late 1800s, folks would come here to this community from around the world to create better lives for their families and the next generation. Well, that dream really did happen.
My parents ran a business here. My parents immigrated here. They started their American dream here.
So my parents have been in the community for about 30 plus years. Their first neighborhood that they moved into was back of the Yards. So they've been here ever since they got to the United States.
All my memories are in this neighborhood, and that's awesome for me. But a lot of people get this, negative idea when they hear back of the Yards.
After meeting my husband, who was born and raised here, and then living here for 2 years, the narrative that has been shared with me isn't really the narrative of what the neighborhood really is. There's so much that this neighborhood has to offer.
The economic inclusion agenda, also known as a community-centered economic inclusion agenda, is a community-based plan that really is targeting action items that a community creates together with stakeholders from the city or region.
This 9-month process has been just an opportunity to reimagine what back of the Yards could be. Again, reminiscing on what it was, what it is now, and then what it could be.
I'm pretty encouraged because primarily of the number of folks that have engaged in the process. It's a big number of stakeholders, residents, business owners, elected officials, clergy, other non-for-profits, etc.
So the Ashland Hotel, the Rainbow Building, the 47th Yards Plaza, those areas are definitely opportunity for growth.
You know the old adage, to really improve a corridor, you need to own the corners. Well, the Rainbow Building is one of those corners. The Rainbow Building and the Ashland Hotel, which has its own unique challenges, are two of the things we've set our sights on. It should be drawing people to our corridor.
So Yards Plaza was an anchor in the community. When I grew up here, my family would walk down 47th Street and go to the plaza and shop for whatever it is that we needed.
It was a magnet for activity and for shoppers, and people didn't have to leave the community to get their essentials.
Today, families are having to go outside of the neighborhood to find what they need. And so how can we rebuild that area into a place for gathering, into a place where folks don't have to leave the neighborhood?
Those are really important to, A, change the perception of this community and attract new business by changing the perception, attract new residents, retain businesses, retain residents, and overall hopefully impact the safety of the community.
The future of the back of the Yards, I feel like is places like this, businesses that work with each other, that help each other.
I think that the future's just so bright, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
For me to be able to highlight, positive things that are happening in the neighborhood is pretty awesome.